Amen, everybody!
Hello.
Amen, everyone!
My name is Eamon, and this is my nephew Sam. Sam is my sister Kelly's youngest son.
No intros!
It's like on the enter bay. Yeah, getting close. All right. I'm gonna do a prayer because we're gonna share some vignettes about love. Be joined by a lovely young lass to perform a poem about life inspired by a dance with death. At the end of this, we'd like you to join us in a toast. We'll do a dry run of that now. When I say sláinte, which is the Irish word for cheers, literally health. When I say sláinte, you say sláinte and fuck cancer.
Yeah.
The and is not silent, to be clear, and neither is the fuck. Also, I think it was Hemingway who said that writing is easy. You just sit down in front of a typewriter, open a vein, and bleed. So we are about to open a vein here, so please give us a little love from your lungs in our dry run. Here we go. Sláinte.
Sláinte! For cancer!
And this is for Shane McGowan, a man whose music and poetry. Our story is called The Life in Her Years. Scene 1, my life as a stalker. My sister Kelly was a lifelong volunteer at the Vancouver Folk Festival. In 2006, she was blown away by the performance of Tons of Fun University, also known as Tofu, and in particular, East Van Zone, where we went, Sierra Green. 2006 was also the year that Kelly was diagnosed with breast cancer. Her response to the diagnosis was to live life to the fullest. She was a regular at CR shows, and she frequently tried to get me out to see him. I went to one purely with the intent of asking him about playing a party for Kelly at my house, which we called the Villa. I thought to myself, how wild could this possibly get? Being Irish, I arrived at the Biltmore somewhere between cut and a quarter to late. And entering this cavernous cabaret, I was intrigued by the sound and fury. I thought it must be a 3 or 4 piece band. But the stage was filled by a lone troubadour, knife-handing the spotlight, armed with a guitar, a harmonica, a box to beat, and an axe to grind. And I realized that our backyard bash was not going to be a tofu lunch. Roast pig is back on the menu. And I lingered at the back door of the dingy Biltmore, and I thought it'd be true. This right here, this is what stalkers do. CR swaggered out, and I approached with a courage inspired by beer. He climbed into a little red shitbox, jammed full of gear. I pleaded my case, making Kelly the star. From her crack in the window, the minstrel only asked, "How big is your bar?" Later that summer, picture the Villa, an old-school East Van mansion built at the peak of the vaudeville era. And 200 pot, wine, beer, and moonshine aficionados mesmerized by the red and blue light show, kindly provided by Vancouver's finest, bouncing off the clouds of weed smoke. And C.R. Avery, stage diving off the top of a stepladder, bellowing East Van Morrison's Irish anthem, Gloria. Scene 2. I keep my enemies close and my stalkers even closer. Kelly's battle with cancer raged on. We were all convinced that she would defeat it because she was, after all, a superhero. In an awkward joke, I asked Kelly about her bucket list, and she responded to see my son Sam play with one of my favorite artists. She said wishfully, to which I replied, like pro jam? She reined in my unbound adoration with a wry smile and said, how about C.R. Avery? C.R. and I had become conversational friends, and I asked him if Kelly and Sam could perform with him at another Villa Bash. By this time, Kelly had been featured in an award-winning news documentary about her fight with cancer, and had a camera crew following her around. On a warm summer evening, Miss Patti Smith, dressed like Chrissy Hine's sister of mine, got up in front of family and friends and cameras and performed A Parting Glass, a farewell ballad the Irish save for the end of the night or the side of a grave. A contented soul raising a last glass to a life well lived. Later that night, her son Sam would rip a few songs with C.R. and Boom Chasers, and Kelly basked in the glory of a life well lived. Scene 3, shooting morphine backstage at the Rio. My sister Kelly beat cancer, but the margin of victory was slim, and the second time, it was grim. In its refrain, it cut much deeper. Cancer cometh as death the reaper. Her bucket list was no longer a joke. Kelly wanted to perform a piece of her own poetry with C.R. And for several weeks, he and I went back and forth from Vancouver General Hospital so the two kindred spirits could perform a tragic duet. On the evening of October 3rd, 2009, we busted Kelly out of the hospital, rehearsed in the alley behind the Rio, shot her up with morphine backstage, and the last number of the night was the first time Kelly's poem was performed. The packed Rio Theater gave them a standing ovation. C.R. and I took the party back to the villa, where we reveled night into day. The break of which saw Kelly rise from her hospital bed, lead her crew in the run for the cure, where they raised well over $100K. A couple of months later, on Christmas Eve, 2009, a paint-winged angel whispered into Kelly's 48-year-old ear, "It's time to go." Scene 4, an East Van Irish wake. In Irish culture, we sit with the body so no evil spirit can claim the soul. Family and friends, food and drink, celebrating a life, guarding our loved ones until we lay their body to rest. But on that night, we sat in a dimly lit hospital room. Christmas Eve in my beloved sister's tomb. Mom and Dad struggled to hold their grace, and me, all I wanted was one last warm embrace. Few words were spoken. We were lost, confused, broken. I couldn't bear to look at her dead. A lifeless Kelly made no sense in my head. But I knew then and there, make no mistake, we were gonna have one motherfucker of an East Van Irish wake. A few days later, after the life of Kelly Catherine was torn, my youngest daughter, Katarina Kelly, was born. Kata would never meet her namesake, for whom there will never be a proxy. But she carries her superhero aunt with her, like a shield made of moxie. We packed East Van's Croatian Hall with 500 mourners. Beautiful words were spoken, a Donnybrook of songs sung. Kelly's poem was performed a second time by C.R., Noah Walker, and my grieving 80-year-old mom. And once again, Sam's guitar would strum.
How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl.
said stop. Tell me, what would you do? I know that I'm dying, and I know you all know too. But this gift that I've been given has made me mad as a hatter. You see, I've learned that we just want to feel that we matter. Matter is a funny thing. Scientists use the term to define anything that takes up space. But this doctor named Seuss, he took matter to a whole nother place. He gave matter a face. I haven't come for a meltdown, a violent hue. But look closer, friends. There's more than just blue. You'll see violets and aquamarine, mystic topaz and tourmaline, steel and Windex and Vaseline. Fuck, have I become a drama queen? Or worse, I never has been. See, there's a dust speck, a parasite swimming around in my left eye, and he's become an old friend, and he knows I don't want to die. When you peel back the onion, it often brings tears, but the dust speck brings hope and help quell all my fears, and I'm here to steal a line from Abe's quote. It's the life in your years. It's the life in your years.
The closing scene, right here, right now. This beautiful moment at Backspace in East Vancouver. An Irish toast. We need to get the whiskey. To the moments we share that build the bonds of kinship. To the friends and family we love. To the loved ones we've lost. To the lovers that found us and those that haven't yet. To my friend Ciara for his raucous energy and his creative soul. And to my sister Kelli, who taught me love is what makes us whole. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Come on, Roscoe! Give it up for Give it up for Amy now! Come on, come on, come on! Give it up for beautiful Angie! And give it up for my boy Sammy. Quite a few